I ended up in Portugal to challenge myself. As a sommelier, I decided to open my French arrogant mind.
My name is Geordie.
My name is Stephanie.
My name is Anne, but in Portugal I prefer Anna.
I'm from Australia.
I've been living in Portugal for a year.
I ended up coming here for 1 year to play rugby and ended up loving it, and I've been here 5 years now.
I stay in Portugal because I just fall in love with the country, with the people, with the language. The quality life is just amazing here.
My name is Patrick.
My name is Julie.
My name is Pauline.
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, by way of Algiers, Paris, and New York.
I'm originally from Boston.
I'm from France, Bordeaux.
Well, I came initially for business reasons to Portugal. And in fact, I have moved twice in my life for business reasons. And both times the business reasons didn't work out. But what a great place to move to.
It's a long story how I ended up here in Portugal, but basically I came here for 3 months for a job. And I didn't know anybody, and I didn't speak the language, and just by chance, after the first month, I ended up going to a charity dinner, and I met a guy, and the rest is history.
I love it here. I lived before moving to Portugal, I lived in Paris for 25 years, and in 10 years I have made 3 times the number of friends in Portugal than I had in 25 years in Paris. I stay here, of course, for my friends, but for so many other good reasons.
My name is Lauren.
My name is Pierre.
I was born in the US, grew up in England, and then have spent the last 10 years living in Brazil, and now I'm in Portugal.
I'm from Brazil.
I've lived in Portugal for a year. It's almost my anniversary today.
I lived in Portugal now for 7 years.
You know, I used to come here for work, and the reason that I came to live in Portugal was that I came here originally to write a story. I'm a writer, and I was asked to come here and check it out. And I was there, and just literally like the first day that I put my feet down on the city's stone steps, I like fell in love with it. It felt so like home, and after a day I thought, you know what, one day I'm going to live here. But this was like 4 or 5 years ago, so I didn't know how or when that would happen, but it was kind of a dream, and I didn't really have that much control over it.
I ended up living in Portugal because I was doing concerts here every year.
Oh, I stay in Portugal because I've just begun. Like, I've only been here a year, and I feel there's like so much of this country, let alone this city, to discover. Like, there are all these tiny little streets and the people, and you know, every day is kind of a new discovery of a new neighborhood, and then watching that change as well.
I stayed in Portugal because of the Tejo River, the light and the wine from Portugal.
My name is Barbara.
My name is Jeremy.
My name is Chitra.
I lived in Luxembourg before, and I was hesitating between Barcelona and Lisbon, and then at the end Lisbon won. I came here for a 2 weeks language course, and I fell in love with the city.
We ended up in Portugal because originally the last place we were was London. My wife and I were working for some architecture firms, and we wanted to start our own. And to get to the continent, the cheapest place to send our furniture was Lisbon. So that's how we ended up here.
So my husband and I moved to Portugal in 2001 because Portugal was already on the rise. But it was still the most undiscovered country in Western Europe. And it was an interesting place to invest in the hotel industry at the time.
What would I like to say to Portugal? There's so many things, so it's a little difficult to choose. But I guess first of all, I would like to say thank you for being who you are and for welcoming me as a foreigner, as an immigrant. The Portuguese people, I think, are the most tolerant people I've ever met. And not only are they tolerant of the foreigner, which is rare in other countries, but they welcome the foreigner. So I feel blessed to be welcome. I may not deserve the welcome, but yet that is the way they treat me as well as all foreigners.
I would like to say to Portugal, thank you, and I'm fulfilled here, and my mind is on peace.
I would want to say to Portugal, thank you for making me feel so welcome every day, and thank you for letting the sun shine so often.
I would like to say to Portugal, thank you for receiving me with wide open arms, and I'm going to continue to work hard to give back as much as I can to you.
I would like to say thank you to Portugal. You are so kind to me. You're treating me so nicely. You are so welcoming, and you help me with my Portuguese. You are never annoyed by me, even if I'm lost or being maybe a little bit silly at times. You're just really, really kind. Thank you so much.
I want to say to Portugal that I don't think you realise how good your cities are. Everyone knows about the beaches, everyone knows about the big hotels and the beautiful coastline, but the cities and the people in the cities, my friends and the people I've met because I've come here, are the reason we're staying. It's not, we can go anywhere with sun and normal people, but the people and the city is the reason we're staying. So thank you, thanks to people, thank the people that live here, not the English people, not the immigrants, the actual Portuguese people, because that is why we're staying.
I would like to say to Portugal, like, a huge thank you, because there's so many people now coming. There's the tourists, but there's also people like me who are foreigners, and we're arriving and we want to create and we want to be part of this like evolution of the city. And you know, I can imagine if it was me, I'd be like, who are these people and where are they coming from? And you know, I feel like a lot of gratitude to the Portuguese for how kind they are. Like, it's really one of the kindest places, and how they inspire like us to live a much slower life. Like, while the rest of the world is going kind of faster and faster, I feel like Portugal still has this incredible tradition and this way of looking at people and this kind of honor of tradition. So I'd like to say thank you for reminding us that there's another way of living, and for accepting us in this beautiful time.